Rated M for M-Balm. This is the M-Balm Effect, your one-stop shop for unfiltered discussions.
What is going on? We're back again. I don't know what happened. This is actually a second take, but the connection has been terrible. What's happening? It's your host, M-Balm, here on the M-Balm Effect, along the studio side with Austin Dash. How the hell are you, man?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, doing the best you can every single day.
Tired as fuck. Yeah.
Our connection's been a little messy, and in the beginning of it got worse and worse, and we're here back. We finally unplugged the stuff. We had dinner. We said, screw it. Let's do a retake. We've never done this before.
Yeah, it's like it's like a reboot, you know? It's like with old consoles, you know? Sometimes you gotta take it, unplug it and plug it back in. So
yeah. Well, as with all things, it's doing it live, things happen when you do it live, whether it be a technical difficulty or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here. We're doing it. We're gonna act like we never did this before, right, Austin?
Oh, absolutely.
So without further ado, man, there's this thing that happened story-wise. You may or may not have heard about this, about the the butcher surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is on the right-hand side. Yeah.
Fucking douchebag.
Jesus Christ, we didn't even get to it yet.
Sorry.
But, yeah, so, God, I know we already talked about it, but the listeners that may or may not have heard this, they might not have heard about it, but the surgeon, he removed the wrong organ. He removed the liver instead of the spleen from an Alabama resident who was 70 years old. And yeah, I don't get this. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you're somebody that goes to school, medical school. You go through these stages of learning, right? You learn the human anatomy. You learn all the body parts. And you yet somehow mistaken a liver for a spleen.
My question is how the fuck did they pass medical school? Like did they just
And they wrote him a check. He wrote him a check.
They bullshit their way through shit?
Yeah. He looked over at Steve's paper during the test, like, hey, all right, answers A, answers B on this one, answers D on this one. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and this happened in Florida, right?
So him and his wife took a trip to Florida, and he felt a little pain going on, you know what I'm saying? And, as any other person in the world, because they tell you got to trust the experts, follow the science, right? So he did. He trusted the expert, and it didn't go well with him, because what should have been a simple operation turned into a deadly one. And the coworkers of this surgeon had concerns. So William Bryan, 70 years old, he goes to Florida, Destin, Florida, with his wife, Beverly, in August, when he needed to be rushed to the hospital after feeling pain in his abdomen. And then you have Dr. Thomas Shaknovsky on the right, as you can see pictured, who removed his liver by mistake, killing this man. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to shorten it down for you. William was on the operating table, and according to the report, Shaknovsky discovered a splenic artery aneurysm, and according to him, the aneurysm ruptured, which resulted in a severe hemorrhaging, and that would eventually cause his death. Well, that's not what actually happened. What happened was he cut a vital vein, the biggest vein, I think, in your body, the vena cava, if I'm saying that right. The largest vein in the body.
Yeah, one of the big veins.
Yeah. This error is what caused the massive bleeding that led to his death, not a ruptured aneurysm Shaknovsky failed to control, according to the report. Additionally, the autopsy revealed that William's spleen and its attachments were untouched and in the normal position. So basically, this guy had no business in the operating room.
He literally had an ego issue.
Yep.
I think someone tried to say, this is not a spleen, this is a spleen, this is a liver, and blah, blah. And he had an argument, and then he took out the wrong organ, and just to prove a point, got his feelings hurt or whatever, and let his ego fucking run him wild, and now it costed him a life of someone.
Yeah, it costed this man's life. And so, his pain was traced to an enlarged spleen, and that's why they rushed him to the hospital. And so, yeah, this...
You would think these idiots, FDA approved and all that shit, you would think these idiots would, be on top of that shit.
And she's trying to get... And so, just to be clear, we already know there's a lawsuit, because his widow has filed a lawsuit that will help put more eyes on this type of thing. Her lawyer, Joe Zarzar, or I can't read that name, dude. What's going on with these names? She tries to get justice for her husband's death. Yeah, it's just sad. It's sad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, this is So basically, he was at the Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital for several days before William agreed to this surgery, and there was only a skeletal crew at this hospital, being that it was late in the day when this whole thing was going down, and there was some concerns among the staff, and I to this day don't understand why. Why do you let this guy go in, right?
Right.
Okay, you have a very minimal staff, and to top it off, if you didn't know from the last time we did this, if you were listening or weren't listening, he had another incident before this, which luckily the person that was on the operating table didn't die. He removed their pancreas. So you have a guy with a prior incident of this thing, and you're letting him go into the operating room once again to do a procedure that many among him were very concerned about. And yet, this time it resulted in a fatality.
Which that's stupid.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
It is. I mean, why would you let someone do that to you?
Bogart's on with us. Says, yo, Bogart. Yeah, we're a little late, and it's because we had connection issues and all this other stuff going on. And, Christ, But, yeah, we're going to go over this one because this is a freaking crazy story to me. They talk about trust the experts. Well, this guy, you have no other choice. You have no other choice but to trust the experts here.
Yeah.
You're in dire pain.
That's stupid. I don't want to keep trusting experts if they're going to be I'm going to just use you and shit like that or I don't know.
Dude, it's terrible. Evan says just did 7 hours of flooding, not fun. What's flooding?
Ooh.
Wait, what? Flooding.
Oh, are you experiencing flood?
Oh no. Justin says, "Yo, what's up? Yo, Justin's with us."
Oh, what up, Justin?
It's the Bogart crew. I love these guys, dude.
I just I hope you're not in Florida because that's where all the flooding is going.
Well, so again, Florida. Why is it always the Florida man? This time it's the Florida doctor, and he's botching this procedure and killing a man, taking him away from 3 children and 8 grandchildren. Austin. I mean, dude, that's a big family, and this is
a big family. Yeah,
that's devastating. That's a very huge mistake. I mean, just anyone losing their life is bad, but dude, think about that. It's a lot of people affected by this guy's.
That's a father. That's a grandfather. That's really sad.
Oh, he said he meant flooring, Austin. He's hard at work, working with that wood. He's working with some lumber there. He's got some flooring.
He's laying down that log. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you typically you say laying down some pipe, but he's laying down some wood. Which, hey, either which way, it goes hand in hand.
It works.
Yeah, it works out. You know, you got to flex that shit. Yeah, I just when you read this stuff, when you go through the stuff and go, wow, you know, I always put myself in a situation like, you know, I've been under the knife a few times, not too many times, but enough times, and they tell you there's some risk when you go under the knife, right, Austin? You know, they tell you, hey, there could be some dire consequences. All I gotta say is this, man. This whole thing could have been prevented. And I won't spend too much time on this topic just because I feel like we've talked a lot about it the last time, and I'm sorry that sounds that way, but here's the bottom line. This guy, he's never, ever going to practice medicine ever again. He's done. As
he should.
And now, here's the thing. Is there going to be criminal charges coming at this guy?
There should be.
There should be. You're right. Justin says it's crazy. Every time I join a show, Bogart's either in here or ends up being in here. Love this little community we got here, boys. I agree. We love the community.
Yes. Shout out to the Bogart podcast. They're fucking amazing people. I saw a couple of their episodes, and yeah, they're
just
always
a nominee,
killing it.
Evan Bogart. These guys are just fucking hammering it out.
We need to have them on to our.
We do.
I
agree. I agree. We need something, man. Andrea's busy. Jerry's got a lot going on, so they haven't been able to make the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so, God,
hey, if we need some people, we need some peeps. Come up here, boy.
Evan says big tools, big ding dong, tool/weapon. Well, listen, you know they go kind of hand in hand if you think about it, right, Austin? They kind of go, hand in hand here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you know what they say: if you got big ding dong, you got big weapons. If you got big weapons,
you got big ammunition.
That's right. God, we don't even have our soundboard up, Austin. That's how off the cuff we are right now. We don't even have our soundboard.
Ooh,
no bop 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 it up or anything. Nothing's going on.
Although it's not bad to have like stuff like that when it's like,
oh man, yeah, I know. There it is. There we go. That's what we wanted to hear.
There's our little soundboard.
Yeah, there's our little soundboard. So wow, Justin Lee Hart's in here with us. Says he's laughing. Got some laughs going on. Justin, just a nominee says, "Let me know a date and we will be there." Well, guess what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do a date.
Do it to it.
DJ Primal wants to come in too, and I told him maybe in October we can set up a date.
Please, yes.
Dude, we got to get the guests back in.
Yes.
It's been a while. I got to be honest with you. It has been a while. Life's been crazy. My life's been crazy. Austin, your life's been crazy. You've been moving into a new place.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things going on.
I just became independent. Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, dude. You've declared independence. Did you sign the papers? You signed the Declaration of Independence of Austin Dash?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yep, in Philadelphia.
Hey, I was there. I was in that fucking room.
Are you sure about that, Mr.
I have photos of that room, Austin, where they signed that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. You're John Hancock. My bad.
Yeah. I got you a John Hancock here in my pants.
Oh, my God.
No, but seriously, though, I went in that fucking place, and it was wild. It was wild. You walk in there, it smells like an old building because, it's old.
Mm-hmm.
But think about it. You're in this fucking room that you learned in school when you didn't give a shit, right? Because when we're teenagers and we're kids, all we care about is video games and what kind of snacks you can eat when you get home from school. You don't give a fuck about that.
Homework and all that
stuff.
You
don't care about any of that stuff. You're just too busy thinking about the video games and
homework.
Yeah. Like
Sometimes.
Who did homework? Did you do homework?
I did homework.
What a dork. You do homework?
I fucking hated homework, though. No, but I'll say this: as soon as I got done with my homework, I'm straight to my video games.
You're such a good boy, Dash man. You do your homework, you play video game.
I didn't have any friends, so I mean,
come on, man.
That's all I got.
I was too busy putting peanut butter on everyone's lampposts and shit around the neighborhood. What are you talking about?
See, I wish I had friends that did that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I wish I had friends that invite me to do crazy shit like that. I mean, fuck.
We're here now.
That's true. That's true.
As 30-something-year-old men, we're here now.
I know what we're gonna do now.
Get the peanut butter.
Grab the peanut butter.
Get the Nutella. We're gonna change it up a bit.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Nah, but dude, fucking, we didn't appreciate history when we were younger. We fucking took it for granted. We were like, okay, yeah, sure, cool. bunch of dead people did things.
Although,
so what?
Although I will say this, when I was like 14, 15, it's actually when I started really liking history because I actually had a little bit of a fascination for history, like learning about that kind of stuff. But like I'll say this, when I lived in Virginia, that was actually when I got my most like learning, like love for knowledge and shit because I lived in like Fredericksburg, Virginia for like a year or so, and my dad. Well, I mean, it's just a city, but
I know,
yeah.
it's just funny.
But no, me and my dad actually, and he had a friend that he knew for a very long time. He's like, they're like family to us. And they actually like were the ones that introduced us to, you know, the city, what's it like, you know, kind of just a familiarize and not like we don't have anyone from New York that we don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he took us to like a bunch of like Civil War reenactments and stuff like that, like the Stone Wall, slaughter pen, and
did you get to do some slaughtering?
no, I didn't.
No, you didn't get to do slaughtering. Why not? You should be able to slaughter things.
Right. No, it was just a big empty field, big empty like cornfield. But I will say this: one of the coolest things that I got to experience about the Civil War was well, I don't say Civil War, but learning about George Washington. I actually went to Mount Vernon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. And I'm saying this like this was like mostly like outside, like you can actually see that his house and all that stuff. Dude, it was beautiful. Like I'm talking like it was clear blue skies, maybe a few clouds here and there, but sunny. The weather was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
You could even see the Potomac River right behind his house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's actually how he got to D.C. and all that stuff. Like that's actually how he, you know, all the 13 colonies and how they, you know, George Washington crossed the Delaware River. Yeah, I mean like all that stuff. Like that's actually right there, homie. Like
yeah. And don't forget, anyone out there listening live right now, you know what you can do, right? You can give us a call. 855 M-Balm 19 is our number. 855-622-5619. What cool places did you go? I'll tell you what. I went to Philadelphia this past year in May, and I got to see the Liberty Bell. That was fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Again, one of those things you're like, oh, yeah. When you're a kid, you're listening to this story about this Liberty Bell. You're like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then you like go there as an adult. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
some heavy shit.
Even Mount Vernon was really cool because you learn a lot about George Washington.
Yeah.
George Washington, and
yeah, he liked to chop down wood.
Dude used to grow fucking hemp plants.
Yeah,
like dude was an avid a weed person. I was like, no shit, and I actually got to see his wooden teeth.
He had wood in his mouth.
No, he literally had.
He had wood in his mouth, buddy.
The dentures or whatever, the old school dentures.
Yeah, he had wood in his mouth.
Literally.
Like 24/7.
Yeah.
He loved having wood in his mouth. And you know what else, Austin? Justin Lee Hart says, it's motherfucking spooky season, boys.
Yes, it is.
Random question, but what's your favorite Halloween movie? Go ahead. Which one's yours, Austin? What's your favorite Halloween movie? Like actual Halloween movie, or is it like a spooky movie, like horror movie? Which one is it, Justin? Is it like Halloween the movie, or are you talking about like horror movies?
Horror movies.
I'm gonna say horror movies.
I'd say horror movies, but what's your favorite?
Oh god, dude. Fuck. Well, I gotta say, when I was a kid, and I'll never forget it, I always remember watching the horror movies, but the one that I always remember standing out is Chucky.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Chucky will always
Kids
be
play or child's play. That was always on when like you'd go trick or treating and then we'd get back home, right? And then I'd get back and that was on the TV, and I was like, oh yeah, I love horror movies.
For me, I think it was okay. So when I was a kid, like I remember whenever I watch like a scary movie, I get nightmares for the next 2 months.
Really?
Religiously, like it's just like if I watch something scary, it's just I'd have nightmares of it for like the next 2 months. So I was like, why? But there's a few that I remember. One was Pit in the Pendulum, Edgar Allan Poe, like classic, like
oh yeah.
There was that, and then Yeah, of course, Chucky and like Scream and
What about Holler?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
No, Scream is no Holler is Scream's cousin.
Sorry. No, I lost. What's a good one? What's another? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, of course.
Hills Have Eyes.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
The Ring.
Yeah, The Ring. You know, that's a pretty decent movie.
Hellraiser,
that's classic. Halloween, obviously.
Halloween, of course.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th. Those are fucking classics. Child's Play.
Those are great slashers and shit.
But
like
I gotta
that.
say though, the classics from like the 1930s and shit, like those are my favorites.
Oh yeah, no, those are actually pretty good.
Frankenstein's Bride.
Oh yeah. Yep. Dracula and freaking
Creature from the Black Lagoon, or the Black Lagoon or whatever.
Yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. I love those fucking movies. Those are classics.
The Thing.
Yeah, Thing. Yeah.
That was freaky. That was freaky.
It shouldn't even be like a thing, but like you mentioned nightmares, and I remember as a kid, Addams Family.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's
Addams
not
Family.
it's not technically a scary movie or anything like that.
I'd say it's like
I would say
horror mixed with like comedy.
Yeah, it was more, it was more or less like it was just I would say more of a comedy, if anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's more of a comedy than it is horror.
But
it's horror themed.
Yes,
but it's
yeah, right. Always a classic.
Fucking Morticia. Oh
Yeah.
my. Okay, I will say this. Morticia is the reason why I think I have a thing for goth girls, and I'm
He's
like,
got the hots.
hey,
for
you know what?
Morticia.
She's a tall beauty, and guess what? She's
Death by
dating a
Snoo-Snoo?
short. Hey, she's dating a short king, and guess what? I'm 5'2", buddy.
Death by Snoo-Snoo?
So yeah, death by fucking Snoo-Snoo, baby.
All I gotta say is like I used to have nightmares of fucking Thing, dude.
Oh my! Oh, the hand.
Yeah, I don't know why. As a kid, that would be like that would be in my dream. Just scare the shit out of me for no reason.
Dude, well, it was a dismembered fucking hand that just came to life.
Yeah,
dude.
it's just walking around like it's no big deal. Justin Lee Hart says his is the House of 1,000 Corpses. Rob does horror so
House
well.
of 1,000. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that and 13th Ghost.
And American Rejects.
Ooh, American. Well, isn't that the band?
Or what am I thinking? God damn it.
American Horror Story?
No, what? Then that's a show.
Oh.
No, maybe I got it wrong, but you know what I'm talking
American
about.
Psycho?
No.
Oh
God, am I getting it wrong? I totally got it wrong.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. You know, I think somebody will correct me. I'm sure, but
I'm sure. Yeah.
But all his movies that I've seen have been pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch the Halloween remake that he did. I did not watch that one.
You didn't see the did you see the 13 Ghosts?
No, didn't see
That's
it.
a good one too.
Wait. 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, the one with
Shaggy?
yeah, Shaggy. Well,
Yeah, I've seen that one, but I didn't know that was Rob Zombie.
That's not Rob's. What the fuck?
Well, why are you talking about 13 Ghosts? We're talking about Rob Zombie movies.
Oh, Rob's. Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking. Okay.
What do you think we were talking about?
That's right. That was produced by Rob Zombie. No, I was thinking of 13 Ghosts by the one with Matthew Dillard that's in it. I was thinking of that. I'm sorry. We were talking about Rob Zombie movies. Okay, my favorite one has got to be like El Super Beasto.
Yeah?
That's a good one.
El Super Beasto.
Oh, you know
El Super Bestialities? Oh, the Devil's Rejects is what I'm thinking of. The
Oh,
Devil's Rejects,
the
Austin.
Devil's the
Not
Devil's
fucking
Reject.
American. Yeah, you're right. That's a band.
Yeah, I was like,
The Devil's Rejects is one of my favorite ones.
Devil's Rejects. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
That is a classic. I like that one.
That was a fucking classic. You know, Rob Zombie, he knows how to party.
Oh,
and make
dude
good
knows how to
movies,
make fucking
make
good
music.
movies. You kidding me?
Yeah, I wish I would have seen him live when he came here with Marilyn Manson that one year, but I didn't get to see him.
I saw him live once.
Yeah, well, how'd it go?
I wish I stayed for the whole show, honestly, because dude put on a fucking performance. You want to talk about fucking theatrics? This motherfucker comes like as like the stage comes on. And he's playing like I think it was like Nosferatu or whatever, and he just he rises from like the freaking trap door, and it's just all you see is just a freaking huge like just a barrel of fucking just fog, you know, like fake fog, whatever.
Yeah, fake stuff.
And you just see him coming out of the fucking rise, and like he's you see him like sitting on this freaking pedestal. It's like this giant ass skull looking ass like pedestal that he's about to stand on and shit. I was like, dude puts on talk about theatrics, man. Dude puts on a fucking performance.
Bogart says, my favorite movie or my favorite Halloween movie is American History X, Scary Stuff.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I mean, The Curb Stomp. You remember that? Jesus Christ.
Have you, movie, man. Do you remember the, of course, and then there's, of course, I think one of my personal favorite Halloween movies has got to be The Conjuring.
The Conjuring is,
yeah.
I mean, it was based off of real stuff.
That's actually real,
but
too.
How much is it real, though? How much of it is actual facts? You know, they always say, like, based off of a true story. But you know what? All you have to do is include 1% of reality in that fucking movie, and bingo, you have yourself a claim that is based off of a true story.
I will say this, because I watch like YouTube videos and stuff like that. I actually watched this YouTube channel called The Boys, and
The Boys, not the show. Not the show.
No, not the show. It's the YouTube channel called The Boys, and I think one of them is the ones. They're the guys that started the whole no, don't touch me there. This is my no square. Yeah, that's those people. They're super funny people, and I'm a huge fan of theirs, and they actually did visited the Conjuring house. It's in Rhode Island, and it's in like some of them. I'm assuming some stuff is kind of like they kind of ad-libbed a little bit with maybe the demon thing, but I will say this: some of the stuff that's happened in the house actually was a little bit spot on. I think there's one that there's this one scene this one thing that actually happened in the Conjuring house.
Yeah,
that actually happened, and it was the dad and or the wife that's been unfortunately possessed and all that stuff, and the who are the two people that that does the whole, like, they collect all like supernatural shit, walkers or something like that, or what's their names, who's in the Conjuring, you know who I'm talking about?
You mean the husband and the wife?
Yeah, the
Ed and
what's their last names?
Oh man, I'm getting stumped right now.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the fucking family name too. Hold on. What's the?
Come on, man. Where's your Google? Don't you have Google up?
I
have Google up.
Yeah.
Look, Lorraine Warren, Ed Warren. Boom,
yes.
Bingo. Gotcha.
Yes, the Warrens.
Gotcha.
That's what it was. Yes, the Warrens. Okay, so the Warrens actually visited the Conjuring house, and they actually did a. No, this is actually true. They visited the house, trying to do a cleansing and all that shit. And what actually happened was, when they did the cleansing, this whole spirit possession, whatever.
Yeah.
The wife literally, and this is what it's been told by the stories or whatever. So believe what you will, believe what you not want to will. Okay,
yeah,
it's like whatever you want to believe.
Whatever you want to believe.
But they said is the wife levitated and was flung into the back room.
Kind of like a booger when you're trying to pick your nose, right, Austin?
Yeah.
You fling they flung her like a fucking booger.
Yeah, like
on the wall.
Yeah,
like a kid does on the school bus.
Like literally just levitated and then whoosh.
Yeah.
Flung back. And you know what the fucking husband did?
What?
Didn't used to say, "Oh yeah, this is a demon possessed house and whatever." Like this is, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna be a happy ending." No, what actually happened was the husband of the possessed, I think it was child or wife, one of the two, basically punched Warren, the guy.
Yeah.
Punched Warren in the face and told him to get the fuck out of my property. Literally said, like, you just made my wife like levitate. Get the fuck out of my house.
He probably said, you need to get the hell off my property, you son of a bitch.
But the husband is like, he's like, all of us literally right now, like, this ain't fucking bullshit. This is some bullshit. Like, this ain't real. There's no such thing as ghosts. He is like a non-believer in shit. And then when he finally saw like this whole cleansing thing and the wife levitated and got flung back, punched Warren in the face and told him to get the fuck out, because it's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, are you fucking serious? We're now dealing with fucking spirits.
It's a wild time, Austin. And Evan Bogart says that was supposed to be a joke. Too dark, I guess, because his favorite movie was American History X.
Or,
but I think my
into
favorite
depth
Halloween
about
horror
that.
movie is probably it's probably the SpongeBob movie. That's a scary movie.
Yes.
Walking, talking, breathing, fucking sponge and stuff. Just talk, in cartoon form. That's fucking scary shit. So, I mean, Austin, you've been on one paranormal investigation. I mean, did that open any doors in your mind? Like, did it open your eyes to the stuff that could be out there? Like, what did you think going into that?
Like I said, I was very open-minded. I mean, there was some weird stuff that happened. I was like, oh, maybe there is something beyond the doors. I have no idea. Like I said, I've always been open up to the idea of seeing, spirits and all that stuff. Like, I always think, like, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, if we're dead, and or is it just we just stare into the infinite void? Who knows? I'm at the point where it's just like, I'm very, like, I'm open to what could and what can happen. You never know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I have my theories, and a lot of people are like cut and dry on their theories about, oh, it's all spirits, it's people that have lived and died and blah blah blah. But I don't necessarily think that's entirely the possibility. I mean, it could be another realm that we're interacting with. Who the fuck knows, man?
There's also parallel universes.
That's what I was going to say. Scientists have said that there's a possibility that there's multiple different parallel universes out there. And what if we're interacting with them? Maybe they're in a different time era, and we're interacting them in real time through these, tools that we use. And yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it this way, and especially laws of physics, and you want to get it into like space stuff and all that stuff. Want to know how long even at speed of light, you know how long it would take for us to get to the edge of the universe? We would never make it, because it's expanding at a vastly rate that we are not going to be at a vastly rate that we won't, even speed of light won't even keep up with it. So it's like, it's because our universe is forever expanding.
Yeah.
So even at the speed of light, you're never going to meet the end of the universe, and you never know what's going to be out there. Who knows if there's going to be other dimensions? I mean, like, and it's a big, big fucking universe out there, so you never know.
Well, I do know one thing. It's that we have no clue about our own planet. Yeah, we talk about space, people are like, oh yeah, aliens.
We don't know anything about our fucking oceans.
We don't know anything. Exactly. We have these oceans on our own planet. We have no idea what's even going on in there, right? We have not experienced or explored every aspect of our Earth. Yet people are like, oh, aliens, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, big deal, whatever. Aliens.
Dude, check out the shit that, like, the creatures that we see. Like, there are some really fucked up creatures I've seen, like, at the fucking Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Like, you see those creatures? Like, oh my God. Like, those things are fucking aliens. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Those things are aliens.
It's just, you never know. Maybe they are. Maybe we came from a different planet. Everyone's like,
100%.
Everyone's like, oh, I know. It's like evolution, and then fucking you got people that are like,
how
Bible
the fuck did we go from?
Oh, God created us from Adam and Eve, and
how the fuck did we go from apes to like where we are now?
Well, so here's the thing. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not no expert.
How did we get all this intelligence?
I'm just some dumb fuck behind a goddamn microphone. I don't know any more about that than the fucking Lara Croft fucking Tomb Raider picture that's behind you.
Same here.
But like,
hi there, gorgeous.
I just know that this like fucking idea of we just appeared out of nowhere, and then like I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. Like any book or tale that tells you that we just poofed out of the fucking air because some mystical being in the sky said, "Hey, I want you to exist." It just doesn't make sense to me.
See, yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
for me,
all I got to say is this. I don't mean to cut you off, but I will say this: there's a possibility we could have came from a different location in the universe, right? So say like we talk about, oh yeah, we're aliens and UFOs and shit like that. What if we're the fucking aliens? What if we initially got here from like some weird, like, you know who brought this up is Eric Emanon when he came on the show.
Oh yeah,
this past year we were talking about this. And his theory, you know, it could be very well that that's the case, you know. And so, you know, if we did come from a different planet or whatever, and then you got guys like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos flying little rocket ships and exploding them to test the pressures and all that shit. So they would, let's terraform fucking Mars and shit like that. I'm like, well, maybe there's something to that. But I would say this, like, we talk about, let's go to Mars, terraform it, blah, blah, blah. We had an old co-host that was big in this stuff. And, you know, at the time I was like, yeah, it's a good idea, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But then I'm thinking about it now as like years go on. I'm like, we have our own planet now. Right? It's going to shit. Society's collapsing. I mean, look at the fucking way we treat each other as human beings.
Sadly, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then we got these governments and societies that are just like, yeah, let's just poison the food. You know, let's keep people stupid, sick, and submissive, so that way you can, you know, just control them, right? So, but like, we're not worried about that stuff right now. We're worried about fucking terraforming Mars. Like, bro, you don't even know what's going on in our own oceans.
Shit, I mean, like, hell, I mean, like, you never know what could happen. I mean, who knows? We might be on a collision course with another fucking asteroid. You never know.
Well, then they just say that there's like one that's coming up.
Yeah, they said they call it apocalypse or something like that because it was like about almost the size of our moon.
Now, if that's the case, right? I don't know. So I was watching videos on YouTube, and they're like talking about they were talking about what would happen if the moon somehow started gravitating towards Earth, and I'm thinking to myself, didn't you play Majora's Mask? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, all you
gotta do is
happen.
All you gotta do is fight Majora's Mask in Skull Kid, and you're fucking saving the world, no problem.
Just get a game over. You'll know what's gonna happen.
You have 3 days, guys.
Yeah, didn't we have a game that we played about this? Like,
guys, I got this. I've played this game. It has the same scenario, and I'm a fucking expert because I beat it.
Didn't they say like the moon has like magnetic poles when it comes to like the oceans and shit that with like high tides and all that?
Yeah, so honestly,
what's gonna happen to our fucking oceans? Like, we're gonna be drowning in that shit.
We would be. What if the opposite happened? What if the moon decided to gravitate away from the Earth, like it was losing its pull?
Oh yeah, that's what I heard. That it's doing that.
Well, I would venture to say that it is. I would venture to say that like years and years ago, the moon was closer to the Earth, and people probably saw it in a larger form back in the day.
Yeah.
Compared to today, right? So like, you know, going back even like 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Like you'd say, "Oh shit, like that moon looks pretty big tonight." You look at it now and it's like, "Okay, you know, it's there. Sometimes it looks good, like sometimes it looks pretty large, but that's also what she said in the bedroom the other night, you know what I'm saying? Like some days it's there, sometimes it's not, you know what I'm saying? Depends on the mood." But like, you know, I'm just saying though, like in realistic aspects though, if the moon did go away from the Earth, I think we would definitely see a lot of changes happening.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, like for instance, like, well, one, it's going to get very, very dark.
At nighttime would definitely, yeah.
Like, okay, well, imagine our moon, like when our moon is like when it's in its new moon phase, that's basically our moon. Like that's what's gonna look like. It's gonna be very, very, very dark.
Yeah.
And all we have is our like the stars and all the other planets that it's like literally illuminating our fucking own planet. So that's going to be a little bit scary. Another thing I feel like it's going to change is definitely our weather, our oceans, our like how we, survive on a day-to-day basis. Like I feel like it's either going to rise or it's going to it's just going to be very chaotic.
Oh yeah, dude. It's not a good thing. Like some people don't think about this stuff. They're like, oh, let's think about like aliens and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's cool. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, I think at this point we do know they exist, right? But let's think about the other stuff that people don't really think about. Let's think about like what's happening behind closed doors in government facilities. What's happening, in space when, they're not telling you what's happening. You know what I mean? Like all these different things that you don't want to, they don't want you to like really think about.
And it's funny. It's like I find it funny how Joe Biden was like when he said, "Yeah, they exist." Okay, moving on. Like it's just nonchalant sitting. And I was like, honestly, see, he's and I don't even need to hear him say that because it's just like what, it's true. Let's think about it this way. Think about it this way. Like we are on a planet. We are floating through space on a wet fucking rock. Okay, like we exist. You don't think that there might be another intelligent life form in some other fucking planet, like on the other side of the galaxy? Or
think about what you just said. Like, think about all the serious shit we go through on a day-to-day basis. You have kids starving in Africa. We have fucking terrorist attacks happening, 9/11. We have fucking governments trying to, piss and shit all over their citizens and shit, right? And we're over here worried about, like, the next bills we need to pay and what foods we're going to eat without fucking red dyes in it, right? But think about how crazy it is that we're on this big fucking spinning circle. I don't give a shit about you flat earthers out there. You're fucking stupid. Just think about that. It's stupid.
You ever heard of the big flip?
But just think about it. Like, we're on this crazy-ass fucking round-shaped rock with water on it, spinning at an egregious fucking speed around the sun. And all these things are, like, dipping and dodging away. Like, we have asteroids and shit that could totally fucking fuck our shit up. And we're worried about money and what food has, like, this in it. And whoa, my water has fucking fluoride, which it shouldn't, and we shouldn't even be worrying about these things. But literally, like if we take an in-depth look of what the reality is, we're literally just spinning out here in space with no fucking direction.
We have
just
no
going
idea
around in circles around the sun
with no idea what's gonna happen to us.
And we could totally just die in a split second because something crashes in us, and here we are worrying about, are the Raiders going to win this week? Or are the fucking Giants going to win this week?
That also opens up, that should open up your mind a little bit about like life. That should put you in a perspective about life in general. Think about it. We're on this planet for like what, less than 100 years at least? Like we're like about 100 or something like that. If that. And we're spinning on a fucking wet rock in space around his floating big ball of gas.
Right. Like, think about how chaotic that sounds, and that it really is. It's chaotic.
And we got planets that are literally protecting us. Jupiter is our boy, is protecting all of us from getting hit by those fucking asteroids.
Because think about it. There's possibilities out there in the universe. I'm sure there's got to be other like human esque living beings out there.
Humanoid,
they're
forms.
on a fucking planet like ours,
There's got to be, like I said, there's got to be intelligent life form out there. You never know.
Oh, there is. And there's most definitely this scenario where like life is just starting, people are trying to figure shit out, and then all of a sudden, bam, an asteroid just takes the whole planet out and they're dead. And nobody even knew they existed.
There's
that
like
can
no
happen
survival.
To us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, here we are trying to worry about what show's on tonight, and literally in a split second, our life could be over as we know it. Civilization gone, planet gone, everything gone. When that sun goes out, when that sun finally just decides to shit the bed, and it's going to, whoever's living on this planet, if humans even exist by then, whatever's living on this planet by then, it's not going to matter.
It's going to get wiped out. And
Alexa, when's the sun going to explode? Oh. What did she say? I don't know. She said millions of years, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she's explaining how. Well, you gotta.
She's going on a long tangent like I am, but regardless, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. That's not going to happen.
No.
But somebody or something is going to be on this fucking planet,
You also gotta understand.
and it's going to be over.
Yeah, and it's like you also gotta understand the sun. Our sun is literally just a star. It's a star. It is a average size star. Do you know what that means? That means that big ball fucking sunshine. There are bigger suns.
Oh, yeah.
That sun is gonna turn into a red. Well, according to what it said, it's gonna turn into a red giant.
So I was taking out the
That
trash.
is scary.
I was taking out the trash a week or two ago, and I walked outside, and I looked up in the sky, and I saw this bright ass star. We'll say it's a star, and it was like brighter than all the other stars. And my eyes fixated on this thing, right? And I look at this thing, and it starts getting brighter slowly, and I'm like, whoa! Like I wanted to call Kat out and say, hey, look at this shit. But before I could even think, it started to, like, as it was getting brighter, it then dimmed into nothing. And I just was like fixated on that spot, like you know how you watch a movie, like what's gonna happen next? Well, nothing happened.
Was it like the sun rising, or was it just?
No, it was just a star. It was nighttime.
Okay, and then it just like
it got brighter, and then it like dimmed, and then it went to nothing. There was nothing there anymore.
Dude, you just witnessed the death of a star.
I know, and so I looked it up. And that's exactly what people were saying. Like that's what because there was other YouTube videos of this happening.
And you know what's even fascinating about that? Two things can happen. One, if you witness just gone, you literally in hindsight, you actually just saw something that just happened in the future.
No,
because think about
you saw it in the past.
Or yeah.
So I told Kat.
That's right.
I told Kat when I got back in. I go, I think I just witnessed a star die. And she's like, what? And I told her what happened. I go, but think about it. I go, that star died thousands upon, if not millions of years ago. And
Light years.
And I happened just happened to look up at the sky this night and witness something that happened millions or thousands or whatever. I witnessed the past now. And I was the only fucking guy in that area. I don't know who else saw it, but I saw it. And I was like, dude, what the hell happened?
Isn't that fucking cool?
It is, dude, it's weird. Like, you don't think about this thing until it happens.
If you like go on like NASA, they actually do tell you like days of like when shit's gonna happen and whatever, like star dying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing too, because it's like what you just witnessed, that brighter, and then it just dimmed and then gone. You probably witnessed a supernova.
Yeah, probably.
And
I wouldn't
it just
doubt
turned into a black hole.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it's wild to me. I think it's fascinating. Dom says, the boys, what's up, Dom? How the hell are you, man? How's it going, buddy?
Dom, my boy.
We got DJ Primal here. Says, hey, what's up, DJ Primal?
What's up, bro?
Bogart says, by the time the Earth explodes, there will be no more human race due to another pandemic. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's my idea. I don't say a pandemic, so we all know that climate change is a thing, right? I will never deny that climate change exists. It's obvious to me that there's obviously something going on with our climate. Look, it's September 28th, and we still have like hot days, right? It was unthinkable when we were in school. Like, you knew that September was like, okay, it's gonna get cooler out.
It's gonna get colder, yeah.
You get the hoodies on, you get to fucking sit by the goddamn fire, have a nice time, right? But not anymore. Now it's like you're dressing up in tank tops and shirts still.
Yeah, even I'm like, this is weird. Although I will say this, one of the weirdest things I've experienced is the fucking wildfires that we've been having.
Right, that's part of it too, and all that stuff, and like I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, this shit exists, right?
Day looked like fucking Silent Hill or
Fallout.
Fallout.
New Vegas.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, and I know there's the other theories about it, and it makes sense. So we saw COVID in its fucking final form. We saw it. Yeah, people, stay indoors. You can't do this. You got to do that.
I'm still pissed off that my my vaccinations that I get. I thought I was supposed to get mutant powers. They said something about don't get the vaccine. You're gonna get something weird. They do something weird science. It's like, can I get superpowers? Am I gonna turn into a zombie? Can I just like start the infection. Let's fucking go.
Oh, you want a zombie outbreak? I mean, shit, we should have had that, but
Right.
no, but like, dude, I
I say
really,
that sarcastic.
but it makes me wonder though. Are we gonna experience something like that, but with climate? Like they're gonna tell us, hey, you know, like they're gonna have like weeks, right? Okay, week 1, you're not gonna be able to go anywhere. You have to stay indoors. Week 2, you'll have like 3 out of the fucking 7 days that you can go out and do this, that, and the other, get some supplies. Then like it's gonna be week A, can't go out at all. Week B, you have 3 or 4 days. Week B, A again, you go. You know what I mean? Like are they gonna do that? Like you never know.
I really hope not. But
like these things make you wonder, like what's gonna happen? Like so you give them a finger, right? You give them the finger, and they want to take the whole arm. That's just how governments are. I mean, we see it all the time. You know, and people are like, oh no, they're out there for our best interest. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're out for our best interest. I mean, Christ, we talked about it the first round before the network and all that stuff went down. We talked about how we have ingredients in our food here in America that is absolutely downright illegal in like the United Kingdom. Canada doesn't even accept these things in their foods.
Japan, China.
Right. And but here we are in America like chowing down on fucking red dyes and cancerous ingredients, and we're like, oh, this is tasty. This is fucking delicious. You know, like Lucky Charms, you know, they had the bright fucking colors and the marshmallows. Like, oh, hey, kids, look at this. It's pretty. Eat it.
I love Lucky Charms
Yeah.
as a kid.
But like in Canada, they're like, we don't need the pretty goddamn marshmallows. We're going to just give these to the kids, and it's going to be healthier for them because we're not going to have all these fucking weirdo chemicals in our stuff, you know?
Although their maple syrup is fucking fire.
Canada's got some fucking fire stuff.
Oh yeah,
The
maple
beer's
syrup.
fire, the maple syrup's fire.
I heard their whiskey is good too.
Yeah.
Maple syrup whiskey.
Oh,
Holy,
dude, I haven't tried it, but I might have to.
dude, it sounds good. Not gonna lie.
Dom says, always been obsessed with science and planetary stuff. I love learning about black holes and theories. Like when I was a kid, I loved
Me
space.
too.
I love me some.
too.
I love me some goddamn space, right? So we had this guy, right, in 5th grade. You know, 9/11 happened when I was in 5th grade and all that stuff, and everyone was depressed and shit. But you know, we watched Bill Nye the Science Guy and all that. Well, my teacher at the time, his name was Mr. Armstrong, R.I.P. I'm sure at this point because he'd be like 100 years old. He's like, yeah, I'm bringing in a science guy to class, and we're like, oh shit, Bill Nye, and he's like, no. Mr. Dan the Science Man. We're like, is this Dollar General Bill Nye?
Just a Dollar General.
This is like Dollar Tree version of Bill Nye.
Oh my god,
Mr. Dan the Science Man. But no, this guy was fucking cool. Like he looked almost like a mixture of Costanza and Monk.
Oh,
He
okay.
kind of looked like
Word.
like if Monk. You remember that show Monk?
Yeah, I remember Monk.
Yeah,
yeah.
It looked like as if Monk and Costanza from Seinfeld had a kid, had a
my
love
God.
child together. He looked like that.
That's.
But he was
funny.
cool because he showed us like space shit, and I was like, oh, I was so fucking astounded by this. Like we would go into the auditorium and we'd go behind the curtains, you know, it was like nice and dark and shit. And he had these cool little fucking planets and like we looked at like the moon,
light
and,
ship.
yeah. And I was like, dude, this is
Those are
fucking. I
cool.
love it. You know, and like, oh, and we did this thing where we went to this like thing. It was like a
was it like-
simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Did
I
you
went
do
to
this?
Yeah, I did one too. I think it was at the planetarium.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I did that one too. That
Dude.
shit was so fun.
I loved it. Like they're like, okay, so they gave you like little specific roles. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, you're good with eye coordination and shit. Like you're gonna get this role, and you're good at jerking off under your bed. You're gonna get this fucking role. Like you know these type of things. Like
Looking up like space rock
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
so,
that
like,
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like so then, I remember doing this, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, this would be so cool. Like if we could actually go in space and experience this shit, and like, you know, like the whole thing would like shake around, and like, oh, like we got a problem, we got to do this, and hey, jump on that fucking lever over there, like you know what I mean? Like you were like it was immersive. It was so
Yeah.
immersive.
Yeah, I do
know?
remember. I remember that shit. Oh my god, that just unlocked a core memory in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that shit.
But that was my
was
shit,
fun.
dude. I loved fucking space. I loved me some space, and that was always like, you know, it's very comforting. Like at the time, as a kid, you're like, oh, it's so comforting. You know, you get to look at the stars and look at the planets. Now, as an adult, you ask me to go up in space, I'm telling you to go fuck yourself.
Right.
I mean, look at the fucking Challenger and everything else in between. Like you send up rockets full of people, they never make it back usually. Unless you think the moon landing was fake. I mean, you could count the one that actually happened. I don't know. I mean, is it fake? Is it real? I don't know. But if you want to count it as official, they made it to the moon, made it back. They survived it. But every other fucking rocket that blasted off with astronauts, I mean, unless you're Jeff Bezos and an old lady and some creep on there. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Apollo 13 freaking made it back.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And,
Like,
and they had a freaking hole in their door. And then someone, I don't know if it was like the door wasn't closed all the way or wasn't sealed all the way, but something happened and then the door opened. And they actually, how they got back, I actually learned about this in physics.
yeah?
Yeah, centripetal force.
Oh.
And that's they actually slingshot themselves using moon's gravity. They slingshot themselves, like whatever energy or sources they used, they launched themselves to Earth. And that's actually how they got back to Earth. They did that kind of science.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, I've learned so. Have you ever watched Interstellar though?
No.
Okay, can I tell you something really cool about that? So, I've seen clips of the movie, and oh my god, I absolutely you want to fall in love with space.
I love space. I still love space as an adult.
Watch Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey, Anna Hathaway. It is just mind blowing. It is beautifully done.
Yeah.
And it was beautifully well made. And I will say this: they never, and I repeat, they never. I don't know if it's true or not. Don't quote me on this. Okay, I could be wrong. They said something about when they did the CGI version, or they created the Gargantua, they call it in the movie Gargantua, but it was the giant black hole.
Yeah.
And it was like this super black hole or whatever. And now when they made it, like behind the scenes, the CGI and all that shit, they did not know what a black hole looked like.
Really?
Until recently, when we just got a picture of what a black hole would look like.
Oh shit.
And I was just like, you know what, for science, that's awesome, because we don't know what an actual black hole looks like, because it's it's space.
How do you know? How are you going to know otherwise, other than going into one and then dying? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Or like, yeah. Although I will say this, I think there was another scene that I really liked. I think they went through a wormhole. That shit was fucking cool.
I bet.
That actually looked like it would have been a real oh, you know what? That actually makes a lot more sense. And it's like, I really hope they actually do exist.
Primal says Netflix is filled with a lot of great space documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
And Dom says Austin should watch Apollo 18.
Oh yes,
isn't that the horror one where they go into the moon?
Yeah,
and shit just goes wrong.
Yeah, no, Apollo 18 is good too. I've seen Apollo 13. I've seen that movie with Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon. That was a good movie.
I love me some bacon.
That was a good movie. I saw that with it was a science class or whatever. But yeah, I remember watching that movie. That was good.
Here you go, Austin. Bogart says, if you could go to space, but you only had a 50-50 chance you will survive, would you do it? What do you think, Austin?
Depends.
Am I go to space?
Am I orbiting the Earth? Am I going to the moon, or am I going to another planet?
I mean, I don't know. You could do either one. Fuck it. You're just going up there to have a good time.
I would go up there just to orbit the Earth.
Yeah. I mean, would you want someone to go with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you bring some hot broad with you, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to join the Mile High Club?
Yeah,
We're gonna go beyond the fucking Mile High.
You might even get swallowed by a fucking black hole while you're doing it. You know.
Fuck.
Talk about the Mile Club. You go
Mile High Club.
Yeah, the Mile High Club, and you're getting swallowed up. I mean, you're bringing a whole new meaning to swallowing when it comes to that. I mean, swallow whole. Dom says only if I get to go to Saturn because it's my favorite. I don't think you.
You don't want to go to Saturn nor Jupiter.
I don't think you survive that. I don't think you survive.
No, you'd never survive any of those planets.
Those are gas planets, right?
Those gas giants, they like Jupiter especially.
Yeah, they had way too much Taco Bell.
The gravity is they say 300 or maybe 50 times more than our fucking gravity on Earth, and
Dude,
I'm like, that.
I think you die.
Yeah,
I think you automatically.
We'd all be like.
Yeah. Bogart's just party with aliens. Well, of course. You just go to Area 51.
You know what? That's fair.
And Naruto run towards it.
Hey, if they got some good shit out there, you never know.
Yeah. I went on this So years
It'd be
ago,
like Rick and Morty.
yeah, hey Morty. What if we explore the exoplanets outside our solar system? Dom says. I don't know. I mean, first of all, how long would it take you to get there? I think is what. How long does it take you to get to Mars? What, 15 years or some shit? It's a wild, and I mean, you're up there for a long. You're traveling.
It takes us
long
a few days to get to the moon.
it's like-
Mars would take us like 4 years, I think.
I don't know. Let's take a look at that. Like, what is exactly? How long? How long does it take to get to Mars? Look at that. It wants to give it to us.
4 years.
Okay. Yeah. I guess so.
Well,
Mars is closest to the Earth, probably approximately every 26 months. Despite advances in space travel, it would take anywhere from 9 months to a few years to reach Mars. Scientists estimate it would take longer for astronauts to reach Mars because oxygen, food supplies, and gas to refuel would hamper the spacecraft's
that
speed.
actually makes a lot more sense.
So yeah, it's a long time. You're up there for a while. So if you're going to other like solar systems and shit, you're obviously going to be up there for even longer.
Yeah, well, like I said, we haven't found a vehicle or a space vehicle that could go about this, travel like at the speed of light. I mean, like if we did, it would take us a second to get to the moon. It would take us like a few minutes. Like it'll take us 9 minutes to get to Mars and shit.
Yeah.
We have to find but I mean, like if we were to want to let's go explore the universe, or let's try to see the outside of our galaxy and outside of our Milky Way galaxy and shit like that. That would take us hundreds of thousands of years, 100,000 years to get to outside of our own galaxy, our own universe. Yeah, it's insane.
Bogart says, if you could orbit the Earth for a year, would you leave your family and do it? I gotta say no.
Nah,
Not a year. Oh,
not a
hell no.
year.
Nah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's too long, man. I mean, fuck. I left for Kansas City that one time for a month, and I was ready to come home.
Although I did hear some interesting things about if you were to visit space. For instance, I could grow a few inches taller.
I don't
That's
know.
what I heard.
Well, I don't know, man. We talked about terraforming Mars and shit. What if we did create a civilization on there, right? So let's say it's we're well into this shit. I look at it like this: if you move to Mars, there's no fucking way. If you're there for a few years, I don't think you come back to Earth. I don't think your body could literally physically handle the pressure of the gravity at that point. You're so used to the atmosphere and the gravity and all that stuff on Mars. I don't think you come back to the Earth. I think it's done. Unless, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It'll definitely be a weird adjustment, especially with the gravity. I mean, because Mars is actually lighter than us.
Yeah,
Believe
exactly.
it or not, they're Mars's gravity, for us, if we were to jump, it we jump an inch, maybe a foot if we're really athletic. While Mars, we can jump just taking a light jump, it would be we'd be a foot off the ground.
I think you live longer too. I think gravity, less gravity, would help you live longer. Not a lot of stress on your body. Dom says we need to hyper jump space travel like a Star Wars and Star Trek.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, why not?
agree.
Let's do it. Let's find that out. Let's figure out how we can make that happen. Because dude, that would be so dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think that. I mean, it's like I said, a lot of training, especially because you're putting a lot of stress on your body in itself when it comes to all the gravity and getting used to all different kinds of planets.
Primal says, did you hear about the tiny asteroid that's going to orbit us for a bit, like a second moon?
Yes, yes, I did hear about that. It was like a 30-foot asteroid, I believe. It's like a mini moon or something like that.
Yeah, they were saying that it could. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah,
it could come crashing into us.
Yeah, but it's gonna hang out with the moon for a second, then it's just gonna go bye bye.
Bye bye. Bogart says bye bye. He says, "All right, boys, I'm off to bed. It's going to be a big day, a big payday for me in a couple of days." Well, go ahead, dude. You gotta get that rest, man. I'm telling you. Otherwise, your eye starts twitching and everything goes wrong, and you start feeling like you're never
go
gonna
Nina.
Yeah, basically. But dude, I don't know, man. Space I still love the idea of space, but if you ask me to go up there, probably not. I'm not risking
scary.
my life. Yeah, it's just I'll watch it on a fucking virtual reality or something like that, but I'm not willing to go up there for real and risk my whole entire life just to.
Don't want to get bit by the space snake, right?
Yeah. You don't want that. Not good. Not good at all.
I just think of that fucking one episode of fucking Rick and Morty where like or Morty they're like at a gas station and it's out in space or something like that. And he's like Morty, I don't want you to be out in space or something like that. I was like, oh well, now you did it. Like he gets bit by a fucking poisonous like space snake.
Yeah, I went to Disney when I was younger, right? So the real life Joyce, not the dummy Joyce you see today, but the real life Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
She, my mom was taking care of her, blah blah blah. She's like, oh, I want you to come to fucking Florida with me. I'm gonna go to Disney. So okay,
Lucky.
we
I
go
go to Disney.
We go to Disney, and so like before we went to Disney, there was this huge like little bit of controversy around a ride that's there, and it's called Mission to Space. This is it right here. Or Mission Space or some shit. So like there was a huge controversy going on because some old lady and her grandson went on this thing, and I think I don't know if she died or they both died or whatever the case may be, but regardless, there was a fatality on this ride.
I heard about that.
So we go to Disney and we go to Epcot, and lo and behold, it's open. It's ready to go. And what it is like you go in this fucking building, and there's a center piece where there's like a pod, center thing where you go into these pods, and it spins really fast because you feel the gravity, and it makes you. It's like you actually are up in space, like we were talking about the other simulation, but this is more in depth. Mm-hmm. So like you go in this thing. This is what it looks like inside. You have the joysticks, and they get the screens and the chairs.
Oh
yeah. Some old lady and her grandson died in this thing, or she died, or whatever the case may be. But anyways, we went in this
from
thing.
what? In a heart attack?
I don't know. She was old, Austin. I think a couple people died from this. I think there was another person that died after the fact. But anyways, yeah, you go in this thing. You're in there, and then it starts like going through the process.
Oh wait a minute. Do they have like a lot of flashy lights?
Well, not really. It's mostly on the screen. You're out there traveling, and you see like they make you look like you're going to Mars or whatever the case may be, and like you're dodging like just shit floating up in space, and sometimes like you're spinning. In reality, you're spinning as fucking fast as possible. And I just let me tell you, dude, like that was an experience, and so a lot of people would get sick on that. And I didn't get sick, thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. But going to Disney, man, it's night and day. Like, as a kid or a teenager, you go there, it's like, oh, this is cool. Even as an adult, it's cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The last time I went was in 2017 with my wife. When we first got together, she was like, yeah, I've never been to Disney. I was like, well, let's fucking go to Disney.
I would love to go to Disney. I've never been there.
We literally drove there, dude. It was an experience. We drove from New York to Florida. Quite an experience. The Everything team says, hello, hi team, hi Everything team. Thank you for tuning into the M-Balm Effect. Austin and I are very appreciative of you giving us a whirl. Primal says, I remember when we would have that NASA simulation trip for science at Schrader. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, except for we did it when we were in 5th grade.
Yeah, I remember doing that when I was a kindergarten. Or
elementary school.
Yeah, elementary.
Yeah, that's
school.
when I did it.
I think I was like 4th grade. I think is when I went 4th or 5th grade. That was dope.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, no, that stuff is pretty cool. We were talking about history earlier, and I was like, I remember when in 8th grade there was like the Washington D.C. trip.
Ooh, did you go to the Smithsonian's?
I didn't go to the D.C. trip. I was one of the kids that didn't go. I didn't want to go.
I didn't
care, man. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just don't. Whatever.
I didn't.
I probably would change my mind now.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I would too.
But like, we, the kids that stayed at the school and here in town, they would do like little field trips. We'd do the Amazing Maze, the corn maze. You go there.
Oh yeah, those
you
fun.
check that out. You go to the planetarium. You watch a fucking movie about hockey. I don't know. We were doing all kinds of crazy shit.
I would love to go back to the Smithsonian's. just when I'm actually healthy and not like feeling like death.
Yeah.
Because last time I actually went to the Smithsonian museum, I actually was sick.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, I had the worst flu, dude. Like, I mean, like, I had the fevers. I was throwing up.
Ew.
The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. Everything team says, can someone catch me up on what this is supposed to be about? This show is a hot talk show. It's like a radio show on steroids. You know, without the FCC breathing down our necks to say words like shit and fuck. We can say that on here.
We're very raw.
Yeah, we're very raw and real, and everything we talk about is like life experiences and stuff that's going on in the world. I mean, we literally talked about a surgeon botching a fucking surgery and killing this poor old 70-year-old guy who, you know, he just was going in for a routine surgery, and this guy's like, oh, here's the spleen. And then it's actually his liver, and then people are looking at him like, oh my God, and then he dies. It's like, come on, bro. It's like, dude, how do you screw that up? But anyways, like, I always tell people that are brand new to this show, watch a few episodes as we go live, because each episode's different. Like, one episode you might watch us talk about this stuff, listen to us talk about space and asteroids and all that stuff. And another one, we might be stunning someone in the ass with a stun gun, like we've had in the past. So, I mean...
Or in the arm.
Well, you got the arm, I got the leg. Our old co-host, Dingle, got the ass twice. Everything team says this is getting really deep.
Oh, we always do.
We like to make jokes and stuff, make people laugh, but then we dive into the deep stuff. I'm about to dive into something deep here in just a moment. So going back to the Washington D.C. trip that people went to in 8th grade, I didn't go. So we go to these field trips. We went to the Amazing Maze, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was fun. Everybody was having a good time. You know, they give us they get us hyped up on a lot of sugar. We're fucking running around. You know, it's a bunch of 14-year-olds out there just dicking around. Or 13, I don't know. How old are you in 8th grade? 13, 14, whatever. The case may be is 13, we're still teenagers and we're just dicking around. So they had a very big mistake on these people's parts to even bring us to a place like this. They have these goats that are up like on these things, like, you know, you can't reach them.
Oh
yeah,
like
yeah. Like you can. I like this. This is a good one. The Everything team says Joe Rogan podcast on drugs, basically, except for I don't do drugs and Austin doesn't do drugs either. We just drink and have a good time. Joe Rogan's a great podcast. Love him.
I mean, I smoke weed, but that's about it.
Well, you know, that's like we talked about before in this show. We talked about like how, but the only thing dangerous about weed is you downing down some glizzies, Austin, just deep throating some glizzies.
Oh my. I have a hankering for garbage plates and maybe I want to masturbate, play video games and go to bed.
You know who else has a hankering though? These fucking goats, because let me tell you, this is the biggest mistake an adult can make in their lives is put goats in. So they had these little buckets you could put like, you know, you can like feed the goats like stuff goats are supposed to eat, like it's okay to feed them with. Well, someone in the group decided that it was a great idea to start putting fucking candy and pixie sticks and chocolate and everything you can imagine that was completely wrong for any type of animal to consume, to start putting them in the buckets and start lifting it up to the goats so they can eat it.
Oh, no.
And boy, did they eat it. I mean, they fucking went to town on this candy, Austin.
Oh, no.
They were chowing down on some fucking sugary pixie sticks and some jelly beans, anything you could think that could not be a consumable to animals. They fucking got it. And I'm talking like this, they had the time of their life. They were chowing that down. It's wild to me.
What happened?
What happened? Well, I'll get to that in just a moment. But Everything team says this weirdly reminds me of Risky Business for some reason. Well, this show is risky business. You don't know if you're gonna laugh. You don't know if you're gonna cry. You don't know if you're gonna get angry. This is a risky business kind of show, and so we're about to probably make some people upset, probably make them sad. I don't know. Maybe laugh. So we're kids. We're stupid. We don't know any better. We're lifting candy up to these goats. They're chowing down on it like a hungry kid, and we leave. Well, this happened on a Friday, and come Monday, there was some talks going around that the Amazing Maze had posted on their website that their goats have passed away, and. So
no, you did not.
Nothing happened to the kids involved. because there was a lot of us. But we knew what happened, Austin. We knew. We were like, oh yeah, Goat Hector or Victor and Hector were eating some chocolates that they shouldn't have had, and Cindy Lou, who goat maid over there with the horns, were eating pixie sticks, and they shouldn't have had it, and we killed the goats, Austin. Us kids killed the goats.
Damn.
I
thought it was gonna be like something really funny, like some kind like laxatives.
Oh
no,
like that.
Like they were shitting their brains out. Like,
Austin, they don't sell these things. They don't sell laxatives that amaze me. They sell snacks like that though. Everything team says so. Basically, presidency in a nutshell. Yeah, presidency, except for we don't have any direct effect on the American lives. We don't have any effect on them. I mean, we might mentally, depending on the show we do, but.
Thank God.
I mean, we talked about goats just dying from the hands of children. I mean, I don't know how that's going to make someone feel, but I mean, this is 20 years ago.
That's like
this is 20 years ago. This happened 20 years ago. How long do goats even live? Like, does it even matter?
Not really.
I mean, how long does a goat's lifespan? You know what I mean?
Depends on how well they take care of their goats.
I don't know. They didn't take good care of them that day. Do goats? Let's look it up, Austin. How long do goats live? Well, let's look. Oh, it says 8 to 12. The normal lifespan is 8 to 12 years, but they can live up to 22 in captivity. Well, they were in captivity, right? So they could have lived. They could have been dying right now, Austin. They could have been dying right now.
They could have had their first beard the last year of their lives.
Yeah, it could have happened right now. They could have been just dying. They could have lived all this time, but guess what? These kids that are like my age now, 33, yeah, they fucking They decided, hey, you know what, goat? Live your last day on this earth just gluttoning over this disgusting candy. Justin Lee says, have y'all seen Chimp Crazy? This lady feeds McDonald's and Xanax to chinos. What? To the chimps, you mean? No. Well, wait. Well, if we came from monkeys, then this should be okay for monkeys, right? But not Xanax. What the fuck are you doing? McDonald's?
Xannies?
The everything team says, yeah, just less important. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm just fucking, But hey, you know what, though? These fucking goats. But, okay, Justin, I need to know. So, this lady, are they like... Are they under her captivity? She just feeds them this shit? Or is it like, what's going on there? I mean, in the everything team, don't ever feel bad about talking with us, because you can always call the show too. Like I said, this is like a radio show on steroids. You can always give us a call, 855-622-5619. You can always chat with us in real time. If you're comfortable with the chat boards, don't feel wrong for using them, but there is an option if you want to call in and have your voice be heard. But, dude, fucking... feeding animals this stuff, right? I mean, as an adult now, I would never do this.
No.
Like, I'm sure the kids that were involved, all of us were like, fucking, we wouldn't do that now.
Listen, we were kids, we do stupid things, okay?
Well, when you're 13, 14 years old, you're kind of stupid. I mean, you do dumb shit, right? But, needless to say, we, as adults, we still do dumb shit, but not on the level that we did as kids,
It's like that one song from My Chemical Romance. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, but look at them now. I mean, they're fucking doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Justin says it's the same people who did Tiger King, but yeah, she owns like 7 chimps and feeds them all kinds of junk.
Jesus.
Well, you listen to these stories, like, you had that woman who had a chimp, and it fucking ripped her face off and killed her. What are you doing? Why do you have these animals just at your disposal? Like, oh, that's my pet. Like it's a fucking dog or something. Like, don't get me wrong, dogs can be dangerous too, right? I mean, we've heard all these pit bull stories.
Yeah.
But really?
A chimp?
Yeah. I mean, you got people out there that have tigers. I mean, obviously tigers.
Lions, bears,
right.
Oh my.
Didn't Mike Tyson have an exotic animal at one point, and he just fucking, like, it didn't kill anybody or anything, but he had one at one point, right? Am I right?
I think so.
Or was it somebody else I'm thinking about? Regardless, though, I'm just thinking about, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get a fucking bird or something. Get a dog. Get a cat. Do you really need a goddamn, like orangutan or a fucking gorilla or a leopard or a lynx?
Yeah, right.
Do you need these things? Oh, a pet alligator. Oh, that's a fucking perfect household pet. Let's just let it inside, pet it, and feed it rats.
Hey, man. Hey, some of those Louisiana people, the freaking Alabama, Mississippi, Floridians, like, they're friends with those gators. So it's like, hey, I've seen those swamp puppies. They can, some could be nice, some you don't want to fuck with. I'm not gonna be the kind of person to fuck with them, though.
Well, everything team says, well, but anyways, I might have to get to bed. Got some shit to do I don't want to do. I wish you guys luck on this stream and further achievements. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Sir or madam. We appreciate you coming on with us and checking us out. We hope to see you in the future. If not, though, hey, thank you for coming around. Appreciate you. Justin says, one lady's chimp maimed her friend. They put the chimp down, and then the lady gets another chimp after. There has to be a screw loose. All exotic animal owners are nutso.
What?
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, dude. And I didn't hear the part where she got another chimp. That's fucking stupid, right? That's down like, why? What do you do? Wait, you know that this is a stupid decision. You know that this is the dumbest thing you could do. Your friend just got maimed. I don't know if she got sued or not. She probably did, and if she didn't, she got lucky. But what makes you think, I'm going to get another one? I mean, Harambe died for this shit, right? He had a fucking kid go down there because the parent wasn't fucking watching. And then you go and you get this gorilla killed for no reason because the mother or whatever just was like, I don't really care. Hey, you know what? Go on, Johnny. Go fucking climb over this barricade.
It's like, hey, dumbass, you should probably not do that. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It's the consequences of my own actions.
Well, nobody wants to be held accountable now. Everybody's pointing the finger at somebody. They always say if you point one finger,
lack of accountability.
Well, dude, it's just like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like again, I go back to what I said before. We have all these things going on this fucking planet, but yet in reality and in totality, we are a big giant rock with water on it spinning as fast as possible around a fucking big ball of gas, and we could be crashed into at any time or blown up or whatever. And here we are just doing the dumbest shit possible on this spinning rock.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Just
well, that's our reality, man.
The reality is none of the things that happen on this earth fucking matters because once that big ball of gas blows up, it's over. Nobody cares. At that point, everything that happened over time, all the history we've learned, all the things we're doing now, and the things that'll happen after we're dead and gone, isn't gonna matter. Nothing is gonna even be around to know what happened at that point. You know what I'm saying? And in Austin, they're gonna look at this whole thing as a big waste of time. Whatever's out there, aliens, other humanoid life forms, they're all gonna look at this and go,
God, who knows?
I mean, if God exists, right? So like, we talk about spirits and paranormal. The fucking earth blows up. What happens then? Where do the spirits go?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? You should know this by now.
Hey man, I don't fucking know these shit.
All I gotta say is,
I don't have the answers.
I don't either. Again, I'm just some dumbass behind a microphone, just speaking my mind. But yet again, none of this matters. It's like Carl on American Horror Story. What the fuck am I doing here? Aqua Teen Hunger Force. No, it don't matter. Nothing matters. None of this matters. He's right. None of this does matter. We live our lives. We do the best we can every single day, like Dan Silly, and we call it a day.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Do you want it hot?
You leave my mother out of this.
You leave my mother out of this?
I mean, even that. Dan Silly, guys like Dan Silly, all the crazy shit that's going on right now. None of that's going to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be wild.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a wild time. But, again, I don't know.
I'm so tired.
I know, I can see this in your eyes. You're drooping over there. You're going to fall asleep on the microphone. You had a long day, huh? A long day at the office today?
It was a long week.
Long week, yeah. I hear you. Everything's long these days, you know?
Yeah, but what can you do?
What do? You do nothing. You silently wait in your living room, twiddling your thumbs until the earth explodes, and then you'll be happier. right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I gotta say though, like there's a lot of things happening right now, but it's okay. It's all right, everyone, because by the time we're dead and gone, none of this is gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. We don't have to worry about the sun exploding when we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would you? So we won't be here for it. Justin even says, "Bam." He's got the little emoji there. Boom.
Little explosion.
Explosion. All right, I think that's about it for tonight's show. An hour and a half is good. We tried before, but the connection issues were too much, and we didn't have a single connection issue after we rebooted everything and let everything do its thing, and it's nice.
We actually did a good job.
Yeah, we did a good job. Everything was good, and so all I gotta say is thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, listening live. We appreciate you.
You guys are amazing. We love you guys.
You know, and it's cool to see new people tune in, and it's nice. It's cool. I like that. It's nice.
Don't be afraid to call on to the show.
No,
too.
don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
We don't bite.
No, only
much.
Austin does. He does just a little bit though. He gives you a nibble on the tip. Yeah, and it sounds just like that. Justin says it's been real, homies. Absolutely, always a pleasure. Got to have you back as a guest again soon.
Yes, yes, you guys need to.
We have remote capabilities. I know you live out of state, so we can make this happen. Of course, as we did before. Justin Lee says,
I would love to do like an outside studio show, like we were just all remote in.
Well, I mean, we tried that with COVID. We didn't have the capabilities we do now, but now we have.
We can do now.
We can do it now. Do it live.
Do it live.
But yeah.
Hey, I can show you guys my my huge giant video game collection.
I thought you were gonna go another way with that, but I'm glad it.
My huge sex toy collection.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Oh well, not now. Next show.
Next
show we'll do that. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
We love you, peeps.
We love y'all, and we will be back again live. Well, just keep your eyes and ears posted, because it might be next week, and we might have a surprise up our sleeve. I don't know. We'll have to see, Austin. Right? We'll have to wait and see.
Support us, love us, share us. We love you guys. Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We're doing our best out here. We're just like we do with Dan Celia or something like that. Whatever. A die up.
Smoke weed every day.
Austin, that's your little.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Oh yeah, the smoke weed every day is definitely my theme song.
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, I guess so. But all right, we're gonna sign off now. And for all of you out there, if you're brand new, subscribe, share, listen, like, follow, all the above. You know, all the good stuff. And yeah, we got a Facebook and all that too, so go check that out. So see, there you go, share, like, follow, and then of course go to our YouTube channel
And Twitch.
and Twitch. Yeah, we don't have a graphic for that, but we have that. And of course we have a shop too if you want to support the dirty, represent the show. You know what I'm saying?
The beanies are fucking nice.
Yeah, they are nice. They're comfortable. It's the seasons are getting cooler. You can go back and wear your beanies as the seasons get a little cooler, right?
Woo!
Yeah. So, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We really do appreciate your engagement and all the above. We will be back live again. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Talk to you soon. Austin, you got anything before you sign off?
Just to say, we love you guys, and thank you so much for the support. We appreciate each and every one of you, especially the new ones that comes in. And just, like, we're just doing our best to put ourselves out there, and I'm just happy to be a part of this and, get to just shoot the shit with him. And, yeah. Let's just enjoy ourselves, enjoy your weekends, enjoy your week. Keep your head up, stay strong, and let's just get through another week. Let's get to Friday, and yeah.
Exactly what he said. I'll just regurgitate everything he said, but he already said
Thank you.
it,
I
so.
appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Well, there goes the neighborhood. It's a good thing no one got seriously hurt.
Oh my God!
Whoops. Spoke too soon. Don't get too wrecked. See you on the next one.
The M-Balm effect.